for this mission, I mean, right before today, yesterday, I think we call it. Sunny said she really wanted me to mention how much she really is in love with our planet and our oceans, especially. And of course, she has a good working relationship with the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution in Massachusetts, her home state, as well as time on the water in the Navy. And she just said that really made a big difference in her life, and she encourages other people to really think about our oceans and our planet.
Yeah. Yeah, we see all these nods to obviously her love of the oceans and raising awareness about them. So it's really great to see, again, all of these other things that we can talk about because of this crew flight test and the fact that Sunny and Butcher are on it. So I'll look at the clock again, 2 hours, 16 minutes, 22 seconds and counting until liftoff of NASA's Boeing crew flight test. We've been looking at gorgeous aerials from our helicopter team here at Kennedy Space Center. We hope you're enjoying those.
When we fly airplanes in preparation for spaceflight, we call it spaceflight readiness training. We often say you can tell when the airplane's talking to you. In other words, it's kind of giving you feedback. You feel an extra rumble, or you feel that the gear going down a little bit slow or something, and that gives you a little bit of feedback to know that something's not going wrong or everything's going right. And today, Starliner and Atlas and Centaur are not talking back to us, and that's a very good sign.
And that's also a great sign. Again, we are ahead of schedule. Both Butch and Sunny in Starliner. Well ahead of schedule in terms of making sure they're strapped in and can speak and hear everybody that they need to be speaking and hearing to, and that their suits can hold the right pressure in case of an emergency.
We were talking a little bit earlier that we use paper checklists on this spacecraft.
There's a keyed headset on channel 1.
That way we don't have to count on the electronic tablet not working or something like that. We have, you can certainly count on paper. So we have an ascent and entry checklist, and then these small little cards that we put around the cabin in case we need them, including the avionics cue card that we talked about earlier that tells us how all the boxes are connected to each other. Now, we generally have them memorized because that's what we do, but it's nice that if something were a small malfunction on the way up, you can cross a little box off, and that way you know that that's not available, and you could look at the other lines of communication to different boxes to make sure that you can still do what you need to.
Sure, sure.
And like Sunny said, our fingerprints are all over that, so we've actually made that. The team has made those updates to the avionics cue card, so we had to put in a new one today.
Oh, okay, great, good to know. Now, this flight test is going to validate all aspects of Boeing's Starliner spacecraft, proving it is safe and ready to fly as part of NASA's Commercial Crew Program. So I want to introduce you now to Jessica Parsons, who is the program's mission manager for this launch.
I'm a mission manager in the Commercial Crew Program, which means I'm responsible for all the mission preparations to the different crew missions that go into ISS. NASA works jointly with the commercial providers to making sure we have a safe and reliable vehicle that's going to be able to launch to the International Space Station. We work hand in hand with them through the certification process of the vehicle to make sure that we address any issues. Launching humans to space is challenging. I don't think it will ever be a routine. I feel like every mission, we're going to learn something from them that is going to apply for the next mission. When I think about the dates that stand out to me from the Commercial Crew Program, is really those final days leading up to launch. The final countdown and preparation to launch, to me, is the most exciting moment in the program.
And CFT will be both Butch and Sunny's third trip to the International Space Station. Butch first went to the ISS in 2009 as a space shuttle pilot during STS-129 before the lab's assembly was complete. He then returned as a crew member of Expedition 41-42 in 2014-15 and served as commander of a fully assembled ISS. And then Sunny went to the ISS in 2007 as part of the 14-15 expedition and became the first person to run a marathon in space. You saw that there. That was the Boston Marathon. She went back in 2012 as part of the Expedition 32-33 and completed her third and fourth spacewalks. Both are going to return to an ISS that now uses iPads instead of paper, sports several new modules on both the American and Russian segments, and is capable of hosting a permanent crew of 7 people. And then after Starliner returns to Earth, future crews will see even more modules, including commercial segments and more advanced solar arrays.
Yeah, I think we're talking to Butch and Sunny. They said, yeah, they're going to be surprised how crowded or how full the space station is. And all of our friends are on board, including Tracy Dyson, who is a really good friend with Sunny. They were extra close during their ASCAN time, so it's going to be nice to see them working together.
Both together, yeah.
Yes. Along with the rest of the crew and Matt Dominic and Mike Barrett and Jeanette Epps, it's going to be a nice crew, and I know they're going to enjoy their time there.
And it's nice always to have a couple more veterans on the ISS. You know, a lot of the crew of Crew 8 that just went up there, a lot of newbies. So it's nice to always have that experience on hand.
Yeah, even though they're not designated as ISS full-up ISS crew members, I remember being up there on the space shuttle as a space shuttle crew member, but they counted